What up, what up, what up? It's Michelle Eldridge, and I am happy to be here with you. So, I've been wanting to do this video for a couple weeks now, and I've been debating on how to frame it because I don't want to take away from where I learned it and how I learned it. So I'm going to share that with you, but I'm just going to first share some of the tips with you that I got from this, and so we'll get into that. But if I'd known this one thing, okay, if I'd known this one thing from the start, I would be way farther than where I am right now. Like, at least twice as far. And yes, I am top 1% in my company. However, I would be way surpassed where I am right this minute. There is zero doubts about it, okay? If you use this, it will change the game for you. You have to be willing to forget what you know, okay? Ray says this all the time. Ray Higdon, he says, forget what you think you know and look at your results. Okay, and then be open to what I'm fixing to say to you. Okay, so if you think this is going to be helpful for you, for your team, for your networking BFF that's not even in your company, whatever, feel free to tag them, feel free to share. I am going to draw three winners, if you share this, 3 people are going to win the course that I learned this from, okay? The full-blown thing, not just what I'm going to share with you, because there's way more in the actual course than I could ever sit on here and give to you. But I do want to share what I can. But 3 people are going to win, so if you share, just say that you shared, and that will put you in the draw, and I'll give you until Monday night to put the winners in the comments, okay? Hello, hello. So, let's get started. I know that was a winded intro, but y'all know me, right? You know that that's what I do. Also, look at my tree. Looks like I can hold it in my hand. My little pink tree. I love it so much. Okay, so have you ever had, have you heard of a chicken list? Like the list where it's a successful person or a person that has a lot of influence. Maybe it's somebody that you follow on Instagram that is just off the chain, amazing, and you wish that you knew how to connect with them. Or maybe it's a business owner who does amazing, and you wish you knew how to connect with them. Or maybe it's a real estate person who has tons of connections, and you wish you knew how to connect with them. Or maybe you want to speak on more stages. Maybe you want to be recognized by trainers in this industry or leaders or your company, whatever. Maybe you want to connect with those people and you've just never known how, right? Or what to do, how to act, what to say. Can I even connect with them? Who am I, right? There's so many questions that come with that because often it's talked about, we want to find a rock star, right? A rock star, spirit fingers and all that stuff, right? And it is really, 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 it makes life, influence, what is it? Influencer privilege? That's what we're calling it now. Influencer privilege is great because then if you have somebody on your team who has influence, all they got to do is go and smile and say, hey, I'm doing this, buy my thing, right? And people buy the thing and they join their team because they have influence, because they're connected, because that's what they are. They've built an influence, so people just flock to them and do whatever they say, right? How many of you would love to have somebody like that on your team? Or at least as your friend so they can intro you to other people. Maybe give you exposure on their platform or interview you on their social media, right? Okay, well that is, sorry I'm fixing this. I've got notes on my computer here. But that is what I wish I knew how to do at the beginning, was connect with people who were the people I wanted to be. instead of looking at myself like, how do I have a conversation with them? I'm not as good as them. What if they don't like me? What if they don't have time for me? What can I offer them? There's your question, right? That's what you need to know. So I'm going to give you, so I learned what I'm fixing to share with you from a course. The full-blown course, okay, is at higdengroup.com/ICF. It's the Influencer Connection Formula. That's where it's at. It's like $30-something or something. But I can't go over it all, but I want to share some of the things. So you need to know, first of all, who it is that you want. Who is it? What are they like that you want? That kind of person with that influencer. The elite person that you want to connect with. What are they like? Like, here's my notes. I'm going to look over here because I'm looking at my notes. Are they, they got a huge network? Are they connected? They're sharp? Do they work hard? Do they just, they're trustworthy? They keep their word? Are they loyal? What are they? Are they just nice? Right? What are they? It doesn't necessarily mean they have a lot of money. Like, for instance, there's a ton of influencers on Instagram who make $0. But they're nice. They work hard. They show up for their fans. They do a lot of things. It doesn't mean they have a lot of money. Okay? We assume a lot of things. But the way that we go about, you want to always carry yourself in a way that is who you're becoming. You want to act like the person, you're already the person that you want to be. So stand with your shoulders up. Be straight. Stand up. Change your clothes. Even if you work from home, get dressed. Dress like you're going out and you're going to see somebody. Make sure your profile picture is of you, so that when you do reach out to these people and see how you can offer them some kind of value. For instance, maybe it's an author, a best-selling author. Maybe they're not a best-selling author, but they just come out with a book. And they've got tons of followers. They're looking to sell that book. Okay? They're looking to sell the book. That's exposure for you while giving them exposure to your audience. And you may think your audience is small. Maybe you've only got a couple hundred people. Guess what? They don't care most likely. It's 200 people that wouldn't see their books otherwise. Right? You just have to be willing to ask. Or buy their book. Buy their book, read their book, learn something from their book, go talk about their book and tag them in it. Right? Are you following me? Are you following me? We're getting to the good stuff, okay? So, you get their thing. So, say you go, like I said, higdengroup.com/ICF. You go buy that full-blown course. You go through it. You do what I'm doing right now. You teach what you got from it, what you learned from it, and you tag Ray and Jessica Higdon. You thank them for what you learned, and you tell them, hey, everybody, this is awesome, right? You need this, and here's why. This is what it did for me. These are the results I got from blah, blah, blah. That's how you get on stage. That's how you do anything. Is you look for the people who've already done what it is that you want to do. You tag them in your stories, right? So, for instance, I have a girl, and just the other day she tagged me. She was thanking me for helping her with her retention and her team. She tagged me. I want people to see that I helped her with her team culture. So, of course, I'm going to share that and give her exposure on my wall. Okay, now I have several thousand, but I'm not like 300,000, right? So, same thing. Okay, if your customers, for instance, tagged you in something, thank you so much for whatever, I feel great, blah, blah, blah. You want to share that. It shows social proof and it gives them some exposure. Same. It's the same thing. So when you're wanting to expand to a more connected person, edify them. Edify them. Get something of theirs. Learn it. read it, do it, whatever it is, right? Maybe it's somebody you like their style, okay? Maybe it's an influencer on fashion on Instagram and you want their attention. Go buy an outfit they recommended, go to the mirror, take a picture, tag them in your stories. Thank you so much for the recommendation, Joe, whatever her name is, or whatever his name is, if he's a fashion expert, right? Thank you so much. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to share it. That's going to give you exposure. And when they share it, then you can come back and thank them and ask them if they're open to doing an interview with you, and you teach fashion tips to their audience and them get exposure to your audience that they wouldn't have had. You see what I'm saying here? I hope you're following what I'm putting down, because see, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know. So for instance, here's an example. Ray and Jessica hired Grant Cardone, right? A lot of money, $100,000 for like 6 hours, like it's insanity. But here is what happened. Ray got on stage, and Ray was already successful when he hired Grant. He paid $100,000 for 6 hours, for goodness sake. But he got on that stage, and yes, he was guided a little bit, so he didn't get to do what all he wanted to do, but he got on that stage because he had edified Grant for helping him. Thank you, Grant, for helping me have my biggest event ever. And last year, my event was this many. This year, it was thousands, right? Thank you, Grant. Thank you, Grant. So what did Grant do? Grant put Ray on stage so Ray could say, thank you, Grant. And then Ray was exposed to all of Grant's people. See, that. Everybody does that. It was like, if he would have had free reins to say what he wanted to say, you would have thought Grant was his daddy. For real. Like he raised him up from a child. and then he would have said it and not had a problem saying it. That's where the ego comes in. It's a mindset thing, and if you're not working in here, you're not going to get far. Because the fact is, if your ego says, I'm self-made, I don't need to learn from anybody, I do this by myself. You can do it by yourself. It's like you're mowing the grass with scissors. It's going to take you a long time to get there. But if you would take away the ego is not your amigo, okay? You take away the ego and you step into the space of, this person's done what I want to do. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to do what they say to do. And I'm going to tell them thank you when I do it. I'm going to edify them. I'm going to tell people about that person. And the person that you're talking about is going to see that, and they're going to love it. They want it. They want you talking about them. They want that social proof for their audience. And in that same breath, you're going to get that exposure. So, you have to watch how you're showing up. Because if you ask, so say you did that fashion thing, you posted it, they shared your story. Okay, then you message them, thank you so much for sharing that story. You're awesome. You always are inspiring me to try new styles, step out of my comfort zone. You're amazing. I'd love to share you with my audience. Listen, I know you're super busy, so it would be super short if you're even open to it at all. Like I said, I know you have to be super busy, but I'd love to give my audience your tips, and I don't feel as if they would be the same coming from me. So if you have the time, I'd love to do that. And if not, it's not a big deal at all. I appreciate you so much. If you say something like that to them, okay, they may go check your stuff out. And if all your social media is negative and weird and you're being mean to people and you're, you know what I'm saying? If your posts are all jacked up and, you know, they're going to probably come back and be like, sorry, can't. Oops, don't have time. You're right, I'm busy. Bye. That's what it'd be, right? We don't want that. We want them to see your store. We want them to see your everything. So your profile is the veil to you. You got about 5 seconds to impress them or their assistant, whoever is looking at your stuff. So you need to check your profile, see how much sarcasm you're using, see how much negativity you've been swirling around, see how much is your profile picture of you. Can they see it you? Can they figure out who you are within 2 scrolls? Are you just posting your products? Check yourself. Like I said, this is very, very little in comparison to all the stuff that was in that course. And if you want it, like I said, it's like $30-something. It's at HigdonGroup.com/ICF. I can't take credit for what I'm telling you. Okay? I can't. But I can tell you that if you do the things I've shared with you, and if you get that, you're going to really blow it away. It will change the game for you. And if you share this video and you say shared in these comments, 3 people by Monday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, I will have 3 winners, and I'm going to give that course to 3 people. And the reason why is because I know what it can do for you. How much faster do you think you could grow if you were put in front of 10,000 people, 20,000 people, 50,000 people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people? How much faster do you think you'd grow? Or how much faster do you think you'd grow if your audience seen you with respectable people, people they follow, people they love? How much faster do you think you grow if you recruited somebody like that to your team? And in the course, it tells you exactly how to do all that. Okay? I don't want to spend here all night. But how much faster? How much money do you think you would make if you were connected to people like that? Whether it's your team, your friends, you're doing videos, podcasts, whatever. What would it feel like for you to be asked almost every day to be featured in this or that or the other? Because when you connect with these people, the elite, the influencers, you edify them. They want to intro you to more people. They want to connect you to their friends. They want you to win. You see what I'm saying? They know there's room at the top for everybody. Most people just aren't willing to move their ego aside long enough to say, thank you, Ray and Jessica. Thank you, Marina Simone. Thank you, whoever else that you look up to, right? Whoever else is mentoring you. Michelle Eldridge. It's so crazy to think that at one time people laughed at me when they seen me. They pointed at me. They hollered out the street walking trash out the window at me. And now people are messaging me every day. Will you help me? Will you do this? I'm so proud of you. How did you do that? Can you help me? Do you have a course? I don't have anything that I'm selling. But I will give you what, right now I do not. But I can give you what I've learned from, and I feel like it's my duty to do that, especially when it's like $37, okay? So I'm going to put in the comments one more time, or I didn't put it before, I'm going to put it now. The link to this course, really quick, just so if you want it, you can get it. It's the Influencer Connection Formula by Ray and Jessica Higdon. My hair's been rained on, fuzzy. Yeah, it's really flat right now. But thank you so much. You're so nice. I just have to tell you that this is the fastest way. This is the way. I didn't know what I did when I did it, but this is how I got on stage with Ray. I got in his group. I did follow the directions. I got results. And then I thanked him publicly for it. I got interviewed by him, and on the interview, on the spot, in 2018, he asked me to speak for the first time. That would have never happened if I'd kept my mouth shut. Okay? So don't be afraid to say thank you publicly to a person that's inspiring you, that's motivating you, to invest in yourself. Like this course, $30-something, $37, you're worth $37. I bet you that I bet it was more when I got it, though. I don't think it was this cheap when I got it, which is ridiculous, silly price. But I would bet that I've made that back 100 times, 1,000 times, I don't know, a lot of times. Easily. Because I use the formula. Because I follow directions. That's what it takes. I don't know why my hands want to be, jazzy and stuff. But it's honestly a game changer for everybody. And you can do it too. So I hope what I did share was helpful. If you want all the things, the hours and hours of stuff, you can get it on there. I just do have to say a huge thank you to Ray and Jess because they gave me They gave me their platform. They've trusted me with their audience so many times. And I have learned 99% of everything I know from them. And my family's life wouldn't be what it is now without them. I don't know where we'd be. So I'm grateful they showed up for me, which is why I'm here to show up for you. And I'm not afraid to share their course on my platform because it's what helped me. So thank you guys so much. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.